We've reached that point in the year where football and basketball play at the same time, and it'll happen this week on campus here at EKU. We'll begin with Mark Elder and the football team gunning for what would be a winning season. Big win over Austin Peay. It was a great game to watch. You win 17-13 in comeback fashion. Where was the key to the win?
Belief by our players. I mean, it was one of those games where it was going to come down to the last couple possessions of the game, like what's happened numerous times this year, and had to play from behind, and that takes a lot of belief and in the players believing in each other and knowing that they can go make the plays to win the game. So very, very proud of our team, and it was a phenomenal game. I mean, one of those just classic college football games that came down to the very end.
With a storybook drama to it, and that is a true freshman out of Coalfield, Tennessee by the name of Parker McKinney comes in when your starting quarterback is injured and Alfonso Howard, the other two not available that you would play throughout the year. He goes 7 of 8 over the last 20 minutes of the football game-winning touchdown pass. You got to be thrilled for him. It was a tremendous job that he and the offense did at the end.
Absolutely. It was a very neat deal for him. His family was there, and he did not get put in under great circumstances. It wasn't like, hey, we're up by 2 touchdowns. We need you to manage the offense and hand the ball off and occasionally throw it. I mean, we were behind. And so that's a very difficult situation to go in, and he played lights out. I mean, as you said, 7 for 8. And it wasn't like these were just a couple dump-off passes. I mean, he threw the winning touchdown. The play before that took a shot, a late hit that put us in position for that. So that 7 for 8 was also very, very critical and stepping up big for sure.
And the offense may not have been in that position if it wasn't for what I think in your 3 years was the most stellar defensive effort that your teams have had. I mean, after the first drive and they scored a touchdown, you shut them down in every facet of the ball game. They're 1 of 11 on third down conversions and just would not let them get going offensively.
Absolutely. Our defense played unbelievable. The first drive, they had a great opening sequence that drove down the field and scored on us. But after that, we buckled down and played great. I mean, our guys tackled well, we covered well, very assignment sound, played hard. I was very pleased. And then the second half, 110 total yards, I think it was, and didn't let up a point. And that was needed because we knew we were playing from behind. We were down 10, and we even gave them a couple short fields. We went for it a couple times, had a punt that wasn't our best punt that gave them short fields, and our guys didn't let them cross the end zone again.
OVC Defensive Player of the Week for the second time this year is Leotis Moore III. He had 2 interceptions, 1 for a pick 6, returned 35 yards there in the third quarter, and that really flipped the game and the momentum.
No question. That was an awesome play. So when we're down 10 and Leotis makes a great one-handed snag and had great body control to stay on his feet and return it for a touchdown. And that certainly sparked us, put us within a field goal of the game. And it was a great play. And that was just one of the many great efforts that our defense showed. 16
interceptions by this defense, now tied for the national lead in FCS with another team in the OVC in Southeast Missouri. Your defense, and again, I know it's not all in the secondary. You've had 1 by a lineman, 1 by a linebacker, and that quarterback pressure is a big part of it.
Yes, no question. And I know that there was some pressure on 2 of those interceptions that I'm certain helped that throw be a little bit off target. But it really is a team effort when you get interceptions, oftentimes, and that's been the case with us numerous times. A couple times it's been some just spectacular efforts by somebody, but a lot of times it's a combination of somebody creating some sort of pressure and then somebody else getting an opportunity.
You come into Saturday's game at 5-4. This could lock up a winning season. You play a non-conference game against a team out of the Northeast Conference in the Colonials of Robert Morris from the Pittsburgh area. New first-year coach. They've struggled a little bit on defense, have a pretty good quarterback. What do you know about the Colonials?
Well, I think they're playing their best football now. They had a new staff, and these last 3 games you watch them, and they've been clicking quite a bit more. I think their quarterback's a really good player. He kind of makes everything run. They've got a really good running back, number 1. I think he's an excellent player. player. Their tight end's got 11 touchdown catches. I mean, he's a really athletic guy that's tough and physical and clearly a target in the red zone. I think they're good up front. Defensively, their safeties are very, very active. They play quarters coverage, and those guys come downhill and are very active in supporting the run and good in pass coverage. They're middle linebackers all over the field, number 33. So, we've got to be playing our best football as well, because they certainly are on an upward trend as far as how they've been playing.
All right, good luck against Robert Morris, and again, congratulations on an exciting win over Austin Peay.
Thank you, Seth.
This is what will happen Saturday. The kickoff's at 1 o'clock. Our coverage on the radio at 100.7 FM begins at 12:30. You can catch the stream at EKUsports.com or on your phone on the app from TuneIn. And the game also covered by ESPN+. Hope to see you out at the stadium. Well, every football coach in America would like to have a guy that was a national champion, a great leader at linebacker, and he's in your Hall of Fame. EKU's got one, Bob McIntyre. We'll meet Bob when we come back.
Every day is a concept that few people can commit to. Every day requires a level of dedication that forces you to test your limits.
Every day I'll give back to the community because I draw strength from their support. Every day the sounds of your cheers will echo through my mind. Knowing that you have my back means I can always look forward.
Every day I'll be too tired to sweat and my bones will ache. Every day will provide me with the slight edge that I need to succeed. Champions are built every day.
Bob McIntyre was a linebacker on the 1979 National Championship team, and he joins the EKU Athletics Hall of Fame. Bob, that's got to be the greatest memory, the first national championship for the school, beat Lehigh handily.
Right.
What do you remember about that game?
It was, I remember going down there and, one unfortunate thing, we went to that luau dinner and a bunch of people got sick.
Yeah.
So we got sick, but Lehigh players got sick too. So we were not favored in the game. They were, and but we scored on the first possession, went up 7-0, and it looked like they were gassed because it was a hot day that day, and we ended up winning 30-7.
You, in that season, were a first-team All-America, had 144 tackles to lead the team. I mean, I used to love to watch you and all the other great linebackers after you. I think back to Alex Dominguez and Fred Harvey and on and on. Linebacker was a special position in a Roy Kid football team.
Yeah, it was. We played a pretty, not a real extravagant defense, but pretty base, pretty fundamental. And we had a lot of opportunities to make some big plays.
Yeah, when you go back and look at your career, you played from 76 to 79. One of the games that you had a phenomenal game against Tubby Raymond's Blue Hands of Delaware. You had 25 tackles in that game.
That was in 1977 here, and we kind of returned the favor because we didn't do so well up there last year, the year before. And I had that good game, but it was hurt my knee that game, the second quarter, and ended up having to eventually have surgery on it, but I ended up playing the whole game with it kind of injured.
You know, the games I think about, the one that always sticks out, the crowd was huge. It was against Western.
Yeah.
Remember that 8-6 game? Danny Martin blocks that field goal. What a defensive struggle.
Yeah, that was kind of a warm day, and I went over an offensive guard that was really a load. And I think he eventually got drafted by the Houston Oilers, and but that was a hard-fought game, and it was actually still the largest crowd to ever see a game at Roy Kid Stadium, over 25,000.
You played at St. X in Louisville, went into their Hall of Fame in 1999, now in the Eastern Kentucky Hall of Fame. What do those two accomplishments say to you about your athletic career?
Well, I hope it says a lot. I grew up loving sports. My dad introduced me to playing sports. He had a lot to do with that, and I played baseball and football, and really focused on football after high school because I got the scholarship here to Eastern. And the sports have been pretty good to me, particularly football.
What do you think, just the fact that you were able to be in that discipline program of football and also get an education at EKU, what's it meant to you throughout your life?
It's meant a lot. Football, really sports in general, especially football, teaches a lot of discipline, a lot of important values that's going to carry over in your work life, discipline and dependability and teamwork. And I think it's done a lot for me.
Bob, congratulations, well deserved.
Oh, thanks.
All right, linebacker Bob McIntyre now in the EKU Athletics Hall of Fame.
At Eastern Kentucky University, we recognize greatness starts in the classroom, but it doesn't end there. You have to get hands-on, get real-world experience, and discover who you are meant to be. Be a rising star. Be a hero. Be a colonel. See what you can be. Visit go.eku.edu/colonel.
The women's basketball season starts Friday at Alumni Coliseum. High noon tip-off against the Billikens of St. Louis. And in her 11th year, Chrissy Roberts joins us. What do you expect from your team this year? You've had some new players come in. You've got some returners. What are we going to see?
Hopefully you'll see a team that plays hard and competes. That's the goal, and be consistent with that. Hopefully everything else will take care of itself.
You've been going hard in practice, really trying to get that accountability factor there.
We have been just staying focused, coming in every day with great attitudes, just wanting to get better. But got a very coachable group. Chemistry, I don't want to jinx this, is through the roof right now, so I'm excited about that. Just looking forward to seeing how we progress throughout the season.
A veteran leader will be your senior from Tennessee, and Abby Wright. She was your second leading scorer and rebounder last year. What do you want from Abby this year on the court?
Everything. Everything. No doubt. Abby's talented. Just got to keep her healthy. But she can score in a lot of different ways. She rebounds and she defends. Just keeping her healthy and keeping her consistent.
Of all the freshmen you had last year, the one that really came to the top was Bria Pass. She was your third leading scorer and rebounder. Bria, a sophomore this year.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing what her sophomore season has in store for her. Just really trying to expand her game. We're posting her more. Would love to get more rebounding out of her. And then the other thing is just Bria being able to put her teammates in positions to be successful, so making everybody else around her better as well.
Junior Shay Solomon was second last year in assist. What's Shay's role this year on the team?
You know what? She's going to play the point in the off-guard position, set the tone defensively. We're going to need her to distribute, to score. She's another guard that we're looking to post, but she's been here for a while, so when Shay's getting better every day.
You have 5 new players, 4 are freshmen. One is Katie Kafus, who's your junior college transfer. What does Katie bring to the table?
Shoots the ball extremely well, but I tell you what, again, another player who's expanding her game, rebounds it well. I don't want to jinx any of them, but she's getting to where she's putting the ball on the floor. Katie will be similar to Abby in her style of play, just being able to play her inside and out.
We talked about it last year. I've talked to you about it during preseason. The one thing I think you have to do better is you have to shoot better.
Most definitely. Our recruiting changed a lot, and we have some student athletes who I feel can flat out shoot it. It's just right now it's just getting comfortable and repping it to gain confidence, but they stay in the gym. This is a group that lives in the gym. They want to get it, and they're excited for each other. Like I said, the chemistry's great, so I'm just looking forward to seeing what the future holds for this group.
You go into this your 11th season, and I know one thing about Chrissy Roberts, you don't play an easy schedule, and it's tough right out of the gate. St. Louis is good out of the A-10.
Throwing them straight to the fire early, and I'm curious to see how we respond. But again, you play these games hopefully to get you prepared for the conference season. A lot of people talk about you never know which way it's going to go in confidence and this and that, but I think we have a group that's up for the challenge, so I'm excited.
You buying lunch for everybody on Friday? You're going to be a little busy.
I could buy lunch, but I know, right? 12 o'clock tip-off is a little different, but different is good sometimes.
Sounds good. Good luck this year to the Colonels.
Thank you.
All right, that is the women's basketball coach at EKU, Chrissy Roberts. Again, the Billikens of St. Louis and the Colonels of EKU tip off the season noon Friday at Alumni Coliseum. We'll have coverage at 1340 a.m. WEKY, as well as the stream on EKUsports.com. And you can pick up the television broadcast off ESPN Plus as well. Good luck to the Colonels as they tip it off. And we'll go to men's basketball next. A.W. Hamilton will join us, but we return here on Inside EKU Sports.
We are more than just athletes. We inspire scholars. We inspire leaders. We inspire champions. We inspire family. This is the Ohio Valley Conference.
It's time to begin the 107th season of Eastern Kentucky men's basketball, and a new coach, the 21st coach of the Colonels, A.W. Hamilton, joins us.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, welcome. You know, what a way to start against your alma mater, who made the NCAA tournament last year, got to the second round. Kind of a neat storyline, but what a challenge for your team.
Oh, they're really good. I mean, they got 7 of their top 8 guys back. They're 2 guards. That may be the best backcourt in the country. Not in just mid-major basketball, but in the country.
Both averaged over 20 points last year.
It's hard to get 20 in a college basketball game, and to have 2 guys that do it, it's pretty daggone good. So it's a huge challenge for us, and we know that.
What do you think about that, about you remember your days at Marshall when you were a guard over there, and those formative years when you were a player? Do you connect the two from then to now?
You know, and I'm happy for the success they've had. You know, it's awesome. I mean, they're coming off the best year in their program history, which is pretty cool. And I'm a Marshall grad, and, you know, you always cheer for them a little bit, and you're happy for all their success. So, you know, it's an exciting challenge for us.
John Elmore is their leading scorer. He was number 9 in the country in both points and assists. Quite a compliment. Elmore is a dangerous player, a pro prospect.
So crafty. I mean, he can really, as soon as he dribbles past half court, he's in range. I'm serious, and you've seen him play. He's in range, but he's a really good passer, and he's crafty. He changes speeds, kind of like a Steve Nash. You know, he's not a real burner, but he's just always, he's like 50%, 70%, back to 30%, and he's just really good at that, and he's hard to guard.
That's the opponent. Let's talk about your team. First year in, you've got a mixture of guys coming back plus new guys that you brought in. It begins with a senior in Nick Mayo, 250 points away from becoming the all-time leading scorer at EKU. Is Nick going to be in a different role this year? What do you want from Nick Mayo?
Yeah, he is going to, look, he averaged 18 points a game last year, 6 rebounds, awesome numbers, but he only took 12 shots a game. And Stotzy, you know our team, he's got to take 15 to 18. He's got to be more aggressive. We got to get him to the free throw line. He's a terrific free throw shooter. He's a terrific three-point shooter. So we got to get him more shots. We got to move him around. So he's got to take a bigger role if we're going to win. You're
going to go 94 feet. You're going to full court press. You're going to play up tempo. Marshall does too. You scored 136 in the exhibition, but you gave up 92. I know the press is something that's a work in progress.
It is. Look, so we give up 92. We have 20 turnovers. We turned them over 26 times, but we turned it over 20 times ourselves. We didn't value the ball last game. Did a really job taking care of the ball, and I think it was just jitters. Everybody was excited to kind of play. So, you know, but you got to give the other team credit. We did. They shot the crap out of the ball in the first half. They really made some tough shots.
Among the returners, in addition to Nick Mayo, Tay Weaver, Jaquez Hobbs, Lachlan Anderson, Peyton Broughton, those guys are going to be keys to the success this year.
They are. And like you look at a guy like Peyton Stotzy, he makes 15 threes all last season. Like, he's got to make 15 threes going into our 4th or 5th game. Mm-hmm. Like, he's got to take a much bigger role. And then you look at Tay, and Tay only averaged 6 points a game, you know, last year. And I was so happy for Tay. So the first exhibition game, he comes out, he goes 5 for 12 from the 3. So he's got to be aggressive like that. I mean, we need him to. And then Hobbs, he's awesome. He's solid. He's just, you know, he's going to get you 7, 8 points. He's going to get you 4 or 5 assists. He's going to play really good defense. He's a really good teammate. So we need all three of them to take a bigger role, though.
You have guards, Jamaro Brown, also Kelvin Robinson, a transfer from Appalachian State through a junior college, and down low Trey King, who went to prep school and then from Lexington. Also Jordan Oakley, who I already love, is one of my favorites. He's a lunch paler. So you got a mixture there. Talk about your new guys that the fans will see.
So Kelvin right now is starting at the point for us. He's got a chance to be a really, really good defender. And he can really pass. He's a really good playmaker. He's got to shoot the ball a little bit better, and he's working on that. Jamaro Brown is one of the most talented guys on our roster. All right, but this year he's going to be up and he's going to be down. He's a freshman. But Trey King, he's 6'9", 225 pounds. He's physically ready to help us. Just got to play a little bit smarter, but I love what he's doing. I really love what he's doing. And then the one guy we haven't talked about yet is Lachlan.
Right.
And I know you were probably getting to it, and I'm probably getting ahead of myself, but he's doing phenomenal.
Did you see double-double in the exhibition game?
Do you see how hard he plays?
Yeah.
So you got him and Oakley as kind of a two-headed monster at the 4. Just two high-energy guys. You know, like Oakley can run through a wall and not even get hurt somehow. You should talk to Jake about him. The kid, like, he falls down, he hits his head, he falls in through the bleachers, just pops right back up. The kid just plays so hard.
Jake is the trainer, Jake Ryan. You have been working hard, and it's been on the court with your team and the entire program, but you've also been so engaged in the community. I mean, you're from Georgetown originally. You know, there's only 351 of you that have these jobs, Division I basketball jobs. And I know Wednesday's game, and then you play other games at home and some big games on the road. You're trying to make sure we get that energy in Alumni Coliseum.
Yeah, and it was important when I got here. We had this game scheduled, but it was scheduled for December 22nd. And, you know, we called Marshall and asked if they would move it up for us. And because we want to give our fans a really high caliber team on the first night out. And, you know, and a lot of people had mentioned that to me when I was talking to people, that they wanted us to play a really high caliber opponent first. So we got lucky enough with Marshall. I don't know if it's, you know, it's exciting for us. It really is. And we've been working it. I was proud of our kids. You know, 2 weekends ago, we went door to door in 7 neighborhoods here in our community and passed out 2,000 door hangers. These guys have been out everywhere, promoting the program, promoting themselves, promoting each other. It's been really fun to watch.
I'm pumped up. Good luck against Marshall. And then another game coming up at home after you go to Chattanooga on next Tuesday against Midway College as well. Good luck, AW.
Thank you, Stotts.
All right, AW Hamilton. We talked about the promotions. If you see this before the Wednesday game, there's a 3-quarter shot. If you hit it, you're the one picked. You could win $40,000. Hit one from half court. That's a free car. You hit a 3-point shot if you're the one picked. You can win a 65-inch TV. There are over 2,000 maroon shirts that are going to be given out. So a lot of things going on at Alumni Coliseum. 7 o'clock opener on Wednesday, and then next Tuesday, the Colonels will be back at the same time to play Midway College. We'll have coverage at 100.7 FM. You can get our audio stream at EKUsports.com or the TuneIn app, and you can catch the action if you're not in the Coliseum on ESPN+. Hope to see everybody there. You can always follow and keep up with EKU Sports on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And as always, go Big E.